what's up? What's up? I'm back. My name is Anthony. I'm from Colours of Jacquette. And again, I think I've stated in the past that I'm just so bad at the vlogging thing. So I'll just jump into segments and the reason why I do what I do. My Porsche, I would say, started with my dad. He was a Porsche technician when I was very, very young. And all I remember, I kept saying to myself is like, what is this car? I believe it was a 930 at the time, and it was a 928. And the car was just so powerful. I never felt anything like it because we grew up with BMWs. And honestly, I couldn't wait to own one day or be able to be around them. So I think most of the reason why I've continued on the path of just this brand is because I'm kind of paying homage to the thing that I grew up with. You know, it was fun seeing it. My dad, as a technician, would sometimes bring the car home to test out or to replicate the problem that the customer was complaining about, and you know, that's how we got to experience the car. Now, so pretty much me being in the media space now, it opened certain doors, and I met a good amount of people. I've met friends, a ton of associates, and people who have made my journey what it is today. You know, it's been fun. I worked with so many other brands in the past, and it never happened the way it did with Porsche. And some odd reason, my favorite between the air cooled and the water cooled is the air cooled. Air cooled is the one that resonates with me the most. What do I love about the air cooled? I think it's the sound, it's the things that come with what made air cool what it is. I mean, you could literally be doing the speed limit and it just feels like an adventure. Wherever you're going, wherever. You could be going to the supermarket, whatever it is. I mean, each gear comes with an experience or a feeling. And that's the thing I love about the brand so much, is like it evokes emotion. And I love my water cools, I love driving them, I love everything about them, but it's just something about an air cool. So some people will call me traditional because, you know, like I love to turn the pages of a magazine. So, you know, but I'm also I'm an 80s baby. So, you know, I grew up in the time when, you know, we used to, everything was more based on hardware than technology. And I think sometimes based on where I'm seeing AI taking the world, yes, it was coming at some point. No, I don't hate it, but it's making people lose touch with some of the things that are important and some of the things that made things what they were. So, and that's my thing. I want to be able. I know some things there's in the intangible and there's the tangible, and it's always good to be able to feel it or to sense it or to be able to understand whatever it is you're working with. And to me, I think my purpose and my why is to be able to express that and to make people feel things, especially through my videos, because people know me for videos over design. And again, I'm a creative being, not a videographer, I'm not a graphic designer, but I just use these tools to articulate how I feel about a specific thing. Yes, I've monetized both industries, but at the end of the day, it's all about what my perspective on that is, even if it's thinking outside the box. For example, there's times when I most times look at ads in the UK, you know, overseas. Those are the things that inspire most of my videos. The way you start and finish a film, or you know, the music, or whatever the case. Those are the things that inspire or motivate my visuals. And back to the Porsche brand, I would say, you know, every industry you start it because you love it. You start working in it, and it kind of dies out. You have a peak and then it falls out, and you start feeling like, you know, like, what am I doing this for? What's the purpose? and you get tired of doing it. And that's what it was for video for me. Video was a cool thing to start because I was doing apparel. You know, I love doing sewing. I love to stitch. I love to do screen printing. I was pressing the vinyl on T-shirts. I was doing all these things, and it was cool the way it started. But after a while, I was like, this doesn't make sense. So, you know, I think I told this story on my YouTube once that, you know, I was going to an event in Amelia, Ireland, I think 2022, I think it was, and that was it for me. I was putting everything in storage because I just didn't see where it was going. You know, I was like, let me just go back to my bread and butter. My bread and butter was the core marketing and graphic design, graphic communication, as some will say it. And honestly, when I went ahead and I went to this event, Works Reunion, I was packing it up. I was getting ready to go back inside the car, and all of a sudden, you know, I look at the peak of this hill and I see two gentlemen standing in front of the two. One was a 993 and one was a 964. It was Patrick and Chris, and I'll forever be grateful for those two guys because they set me on a path that made me dig deeper into the brand and to express more things about how I felt about the brand. So, and of course, expressing the way of me expressing how I felt about the brand was through videos and perspectives and whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I think that's the reason why I've just decided to. I've always loved the brand itself because of what it's done for me emotionally, monetary wise, connections. I mean, all of it. It's just been really. I would honestly say I really enjoyed the journey over the last couple of years. Where do I see it going? I'm moving into a documentary space. Last year I did a documentary with company Zweck, Alan Lorenzo, and we drove from Miami to California. It was fun. It was time consuming. It was challenging, and honestly never experienced anything like it. It was the great. It was the challenging, and it was just like I'm ready to pack it up and go home. It was tough, but you know, sometimes the best things come from challenges or when you're being squeezed. So, with that being said, I think I'm moving into a documentary phase with also being the curator. So, I want to be that guy who is resourceful in the space. You know, I want to be the person who, you know, when you call them and I may or may not have the answers, but I will find the answers because I've chosen this brand to be a part of. What do I see myself driving in the near future? You know, I've driven and owned a couple things, but the cream of the crop for me would be a 991 GT2 RS. That is the car. So if you ever see me driving one day, just know that I finally checked that box. We did it. I'm gonna be super happy. But overall, yeah, I just want to just give my version of what I think it should be. Not a resto mod company. None of that. It'll be purely based on visuals, but who knows what it'll evolve into. Just like how Rensport was created. But yeah, I think this is my attempt at doing segments, and I think it works better this way. You know, so this is the beginning of Zero to Porsche. So thank you for listening, and I will be recording the next one tomorrow, but I'm allocating days and times, systems and schedules to be able to execute this idea because I've been recording for the last 8 years, and for some reason it always took a back seat because it's easier for me to show up for other people or to record for other people and not point the camera back at myself and tell my own story. So I do look forward to doing all this. It's going to be a journey. I hope you're going to be along for the ride. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Alright, so I am Anthony Jacquette, and this is Colours of Jacquette. I'll see you guys soon. Alright, peace out.